Hey guys, Burdette here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a New Year's Eve look. It's going to be a luminous complexion and a smoky eye. So let's get started. So the first step, I'm starting with AOA Studio No Pore Face Primer. It is a silicone based primer and it helps to minimize the appearance of pores, helps to mattify the skin, and it gives a nice smooth canvas. And I'm just going to apply it all over my face. You want to use about a pea-size amount. I'm sure you guys already do that with primer. Next step is NYX Born to Glow foundation. It's a nice liquid foundation. It's not too cakey. It's not full coverage. I would say it's more medium coverage. And it just lends a beautiful, smooth complexion. It's like right in the middle. It's not too cakey at all. Not cakey at all. Not too full coverage, but it's not so light either because it does offer some coverage. So I really like this one because it just really suits my skin tone so perfectly. And I just feel like it gives me a very flawless look. So for the concealer, we have Fenty Beauty in the color Honey, number 10. It's an eye brightener and illuminator, and it's actually my very first time trying it. So let's see how this works. I usually take a little bit, and I always do like the 3-dot method. That's just how I do it, but it works well for me. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender and just pat it in like so. So for a hint of luminous glow, I chose Glowbiotics Probiotic Hydro Glow Cream Oil. And I just took a little bit and I applied it on top of the foundation. And I applied it in the same fashion as I would foundation, as you can see. So I used my stipple brush. Next, I use my bronzer from Say Bella, and it's the brand that you can only get through Melaleuca, that MLM. I don't sell it, but I did purchase it from someone because their bronzer, in my opinion, is probably the best I've ever used, if not one of the best. It's in the color number 395. And I just, of course, dusted it with my kabuki brush all over my face just to give me a nice bronzy glow. Next, I use my AOA Studio double-sided eyebrow pencil. One side has a brush to just, brush the brows, of course. The other side is just a very skinny point. It's in a very dark brown shade. I filled it in where it's just sparse with a very light hand. And of course, as you saw prior, I did brush the brows in an upward motion just to make them look a little more polished. Next, I used my Han Skincare Cosmetics eyeshadow in the color Celebrate. I'm sorry. It's a champagne shade. So I'm using it as my base color up to the brow bone to get this eyeshadow step started. I just use a nice wash of color all over the lid from the oh my gosh, I forgot already what it's called. From the lash line to the brow bone. My goodness. So as you can see, I use my ring finger. I use my fingers in a couple of eyeshadow steps. It's just a personal preference. I find that using my finger actually deposits more pigment onto my skin, onto the lid. So I'm very partial to using my finger for certain eyeshadows. Next, I have my Makeup by Mario quad palette. And that is in the palette called Party Glam. And I'm using this because I love how it has silver and blues like cobalt and teal. And I figured it'd be a really good palette to use for New Year's Eve. So I use the silver shade with my index finger and I just apply it directly all over my eye ball, the ball of my eyes. Yeah, I just deposit the color that way. I find it to be, like I said, much easier when I use my finger as opposed to a brush. I'm depositing a lot more color and pigment, and it just looks a little more saturated that way. And then, it's buildable, so you just apply it until you reach your desired level of shade. And then I'm going to use the teal color on top of that silver shade to create a silver turquoise color. And again, just little by little, it's buildable until you reach your desired color. So yeah, I mean, it's a festive look, so, go all out. Why not, right? Next, I'm going to use that very deep cobalt shade, and I'm going to take a angled fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to apply it at the outer corner of my eye, sort of like in a sideways V fashion. The way I do a smoky eye, I kind of just work with that angled brush with that sideways V, and then I sort of take the brush and massage that crease color into my eye. See how I'm kind of massaging it in? Yeah, and I'm kind of following that sideways V pattern, but I'm really massaging that brush into the outer corner of my eye. So I find that it will kind of just deposit more of a softer crease shade. Yeah, it's really, makeup is it's supposed to be fun, not supposed to be too uptight, and it's not it's supposed to be too perfect because the final application, you'll see the final look will look great. Then I take my fluffy eyeshadow brush, sorry, and I just blend till it doesn't look like there's any harsh lines or any lines of demarcation. Then I take my Sephora eyeliner, and it's a waterproof color. It's in the color My Boyfriend's Jeans. It has a tiny hint of shimmer, but it's a nice sort of cobalt navy blue. And I apply that in the inner rims of my lower eyelid. And I just love blue. I find that's the new black when it comes to eye makeup. I've been using blues in lieu of black for eye makeup. Next, I am using falsies from the brand AOA Studio, and it's in Alexis. And it's a nice natural lash, but it's still glamorous. So it's not over the top, but you get a nice natural look. And it's just perfect for any event, party, or even if you're going to work. That works well too. It's a very versatile lash, and I love it, love it, love it, love it. My favorite step, lip liner. I am a lip liner junkie. This is in Huda Beauty in the color Warm Brown, and I'm just gonna line my lips. Of course, I like to go a little bit outside the lip line, just ever so slightly, and I really emphasize the Cupid's bow, just to give it more of a fuller effect and just kind of that like lip injection look, if you will, but still more natural looking. I absolutely think that lip liner is the cornerstone to looking bombshell and glamorous. Without lip liner, I feel like I look flat and drab and plain Jane. So lip liner and any liner is the cornerstone of looking amazing. Of course, you want to fill it in the entire lip so the lipstick will adhere and last much longer. Next, I am using Almay lipstick, hashtag lip vibes, in the color Never Regret. It's a very soft nude color, works well with my skin tone, and just pairs well with a nice smoky eye. Then I'm going to layer that with a Give Beauty lip gloss, Gwen Stefani's brand, in the color Sweet Tooth. I'm just going to apply it like so. For blush, I'm going to use Han Skincare Cosmetics in the color Bloom. It's just a nice dusty rose color, and I'm just going to pop that on the apples of my cheeks and work up and work upward. I think it just gives it a nice natural flush, and it works really, really well with this type of blue smoky eye look. And voila, the final look for NYE. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Happy New Year.